Welcome to the Lee Michaels Show with Carol and your daily cast of characters, where we discuss the issues of the day, entertainment news, what's really going on in Washington, and the world. Why don't we just hear it from the horse's mouth himself?
We can't have someone in the Oval Office who doesn't understand the meaning of the word confidential or classified.
How the hell did you get
I don't
in
think
there?
it's safe to be briefed on national security.
You're right.
Because the word will get out. I know
Yeah.
at some point they're going to be calling, they're going to want to brief me.
No, they don't want to talk to you.
But I'm not a talker about this stuff.
You're an idiot.
This is like Watergate, only it's worse.
Yeah, it is.
Because here,
You're a
our
criminal.
foreign enemies were in a position to hack our most sensitive national security secrets.
Of course, it turns out the Russians didn't need to hack Hillary's email server. They were able to hack Trump's mouth.
This is like Watergate,
Yeah, but it's
only
worse.
it's worse.
Yes, it is, ladies and gentlemen.
The Lee Michaels Show on the Power of Voices Radio Network.
Putting it down. Yes, we are putting it down the way it really is. Telling the truth. Empowering people who want to be empowered. That want to know the truth. That live by it. It's not intimidated by understanding the truth and power. Welcome to the show. I am that guy they call Lee Michaels. Some people wish that I would just pack up and go away. But I ain't gonna do it. It ain't in me. Got too much fight left in me. Because I want to make sure that there's a brighter day for people that are coming into this world. My children, my grandchildren, my great-great-grandchildren, and yours too. We all have an obligation to work a little harder to make things a little better. Just a little bit. If you can make it a little bit better, we will continue to grow forward and be a united nation. We have made a lot of progress, but we still have a ways to go. And some people might say a long way to go. No matter the distance, no matter what the struggle is, let's keep on pushing. Yes, every now and then, look over your shoulder. Remember where you came from. But stay focused on where you're going. And don't let anything get in your way. Welcome to the show again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are and what time you're watching or listening to the show. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, and at thepowerofvoices.com. So if you're not in a position where you can watch it, ain't much to see but me, and I've got a face for radio, or you can just watch it at our listen to it rather, right at our website, thepowerofvoices.com. With that, let me bring in my main. By the way, Carol's not here. She's out on assignment today. And we'll talk a little bit about that in a little bit. But let me bring in Chris. Good morning, my main.
What's up, man? Boom shakalaka. How you doing, sir?
I'm rocking, jocking, and finger popping.
Well, you should do that, and I can see. In fact, the video needs to be restarted on your end. It stopped in the middle of the show, so it needs to be restarted.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good here. Let's see here.
Try the Lee Michaels page.
Oh, yeah, it did stop. Damn, what's up with that?
I don't know.
Right in the middle of my little drunken
Soliloquy.
monologue? That's stupid. What happened there?
I have no idea.
Okay. All right, well, we're fixing that right now. The YouTube streams are still rocking, jocking, and finger popping. There must be some jive turkey stuff going over at Facebook because both of our Facebook streams died. Huh.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, the Power of Voices as well.
I had issue with that when I was filling in for you that Monday. It just kept going out for a lot. I had to reboot.
Yeah.
So
What's up with that? Facebook.
Well, I don't know. Maybe we're telling too much truth, and the Facebook people are like, oh no, we can't have that.
Well,
the great Facebook has spoken.
They cannot criticize or be critical of anybody doing anything. They sold ads to damn Russians.
Well, see.
So don't be mad at me. Look in the mirror. Look in the
That's too
mirror,
much,
my
right.
man.
They won't do that. First of all, it will crack. You can see a cracked reflection there.
The broken mirror syndrome.
Exactly. That's right.
It looks like I got my page running again.
Well, that's cool.
But what was that? Alpha trying to come in. But the power of voices, okay, it says operation has timed out. What the hell's that? Why? I hate those messages that tell you, you got a problem. Well, what is it?
That we can't fix. We
Yeah,
can do
right.
it in the mix.
I don't know. Looks like Facebook is problematic today.
Yeah, the Russians, it's Trump, all the negative media on Facebook. Trump's had the Russians hack their server.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it is. How you doing, Apollo?
I ain't mad at nobody. How y'all doing?
We're doing, but
All
I'm
right.
trying to figure this stuff out.
Chris Bass, what's up, brother?
I can't call you. You have a good hand. How you doing, man?
Damn, you breaking up.
Yeah, he did crumble there a little bit. It's a little internet bubble. Maybe that's what's
that
causing this problem. But YouTube is fine.
That Cabrini green fiber he's on.
Let's see. It's 09 past the hour. Okay, keep it up, sir. I shall return.
I love that, brother.
You don't waste no time, boy.
That's my man. Leave my man alone now. Leave him alone.
I love Chris
No,
Bass.
no,
Chris
it's cool.
know I love him.
I can yeah, I live like a stepbrother. I get it.
Yeah, you treat me like a wet food, though. Hey, how you do?
Oh, stop, man. No, you know, look, when you come on the show, man, look, you start the Bogart and everything else. I just sit back and let you go, man. I love you. Now, not to me, bro.
I can't hear a damn thing you saying. You sound like Max Headroom on crack.
Yeah, it is kind of
Okay.
pixelated.
I'm serious.
there.
You're breaking up something terrible.
First of all, I apologize. The way Apollo says, like it's my damn fault that I sound like Max Hedges on crack.
No, I think it's a technical
Not
issue.
your fault.
Yeah, no, not at all. Maybe just reload.
You must didn't
Okay,
pay your
not a
sugar
problem.
tax in Cook County.
Ooh-wee,
They cut your
okay.
internet off.
When I come back, I'm going to come back hard. Let me reboot all this bullshit, and I'll be right back.
We'll be right back with
Apollo,
the Chris Bass Show.
You're coming in at 256. That might be part of the problem.
But it ain't me coming in ain't messing up his stuff.
Well, it could be. It may be a bandwidth overload kind of thing. I don't know.
No,
Drop-
what my bandwidth feeds at ain't got nothing to do with his shit.
Well, you don't know how this thing is made. Come back in at 128 and be cool. Stop being a bandwidth hog.
Hey, that's what I'm streaming at. That ain't got nothing to do with him.
Just come back in at 128, please.
refresh these nuts.
Yeah, right. Here we go. These nuts. You're gone. I dumped him. Damn nuts.
It's Lee Baby Michaels at 128.
There you go. You sound just as good.
Yeah, but my balls ain't quite as big as they were earlier.
Well, there's nothing we can do about that.
With my bass in your face.
Nothing we can do
That
about the
down.
balls.
There we go. 1222. All right.
You're fine. You still sound like Radio God. Did you know? Well, I'll wait for Chris to come back before I jump on this little.
Hey, what's
Sorry,
up with
yeah.
Prince Harry throwing up the satanic symbol when he had to pose with Satan's bride?
I don't know. I didn't hear about that one.
You didn't. Everybody's talking about that on here. I'm going to send it to you. I'll just send you the picture on Messenger while we wait for Chris. But he, you know, the symbol for Satan, the hand. Let's see what you got. You done sent me something. Oh yeah, you sent me one of these forward this shit. Okay, whatever. I don't do that. All right, here we go.
That's some good shit, man.
Check this out. Check out the hand signal he's got. The Satan
Okay.
horns.
See, I don't.
She looked.
I don't follow that kind of stuff, man. It's-
Yeah, with the
Sick-
two horn.
yeah.
That's a hand signal for Satan. He did that when he posed with her.
maybe it was just being funny. I don't know.
Maybe he knows
Making
some
fun of
shit we don't know.
Well,
You know, his
I'm
great
sure of that.
great grandfather wrote the Bible. You know.
Which version?
King James.
It's not coming up.
What
I
is
just
that
see a
she's
little
wearing?
square.
She looks like one of them kids off the Addams Family in that picture.
Probably. I don't know. I'm just getting a white square. I'm not seeing anything here.
You don't see the picture?
Just it might be
Okay.
a.
Well, how's this sound? Still crap?
No, you
sound
sounding
good
good
now.
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I heard an echo when we first started the show, Lee. I don't know what that is.
That's that damn
Listen,
Apollo. Every time Apollo comes in, we get echoes
yeah, right.
because his mix minus is jacked. Either
That's-
that or his
that's
headphones are
horseshit.
too loud.
My shit never did that until your damn computer went down.
No,
Now you got this.
We're on a completely different computer now. Don't even try that. That
Yeah,
ain't going.
so
That dog won't hunt.
And we get echo when you got a caller on every
Well,
time.
we know that. We
Yeah.
we got.
The Lee Michaels Show is the only show where we do engineering and IT during the show and talk about it.
Well, that's helping to educate future broadcasters or broadcasters out there that might have the same damn problem. So you know me, I'm always trying to help somebody else. Pass
that's right.
pass the knowledge.
Pass the loot.
That's right. Okay, did you guys hear about the fact that there are more arrests for marijuana possession than all other violent crimes? Yeah, just let that marinate for a second. Or according to the
Yeah.
crime data in 2016, more people were arrested for marijuana possession than any or than all crimes the FBI classifies as violent. But you know what's interesting about this article is they want to connect the violence with marijuana possession. I understand what they're saying here, but couldn't they have found some other way of expressing how many people? Because some people will hear that word violent and associate that with smoking marijuana. Most marijuana smokers are pretty mellow. They're just trying to find some Cheetos or some Doritos or some shit to munch on. You know, some potato chips, some barbecue chips. But I just found that kind of interesting. Now, another little curveball to this is if it's that many arrests for marijuana possession, that means it's a booming industry. That's why more states are going to legalize this, and eventually the federal government will have to concede and say, okay, now that you guys, all 50 states have embraced it, then let's go ahead and federalize it, make it okay, and collect the tax dollars. So they're just slow walking this thing. But in the meantime, they're locking people up for, you know, a nickel bag or a couple of joints. Come on.
Right.
Come on. Listen, I don't smoke the shit. I have.
Right.
I'm not going to sit
said,
here and
"I
lie.
have."
I have, but I don't
Ain't
now.
no front.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
hell, I'm a product of the 60s. It was unavoidable,
That's right.
you know. Peace, love, dove.
You get a contact back then, you didn't have to smoke it.
That's
Just walk
true.
in a room and get high.
That's right. Ride with your
Yeah.
buddy and he's smoking. It's like Cheeks and Chong.
Cheeks and Chong. You old. It's Cheech and Chong.
Whatever.
Cheeks and Chong.
Damn it, this ain't no English class today.
I know,
Stop
but
it.
you got that senior moment. Cheeks. Hey, it says here I need to secure my fire door.
Oh, shut up. Secure it. Your ass might burn up. You never know.
Fire door.
And also, the FBI arrest a college assistant for fraud charges. It apparently involving the NCAA assistant basketball coach in fraud and corruption scheme. Okay, now here's the funny part of this. There was an Adidas sportswear person involved in this. Financial advisors, included managers. It's all kind of people wrapped up into this fraud thing, man. And it's why do people do stuff like that?
It's been going on forever. They just got caught. That's all.
Yeah, well, that's true. But why put your career, livelihood on the line for some bovine, some fraud shit? That just, I mean,
Congress been doing it for years.
well, let's lock their asses up too.
Yeah, but they pass laws that say you can't lock their ass up.
Now, what was that law you read? I think it was you read yesterday about the executive branch can't suggest firing anyone, or was that you that brought that?
Yeah, absolutely. And Trump broke. He actually violated a federal law.
What do you have that information in front of you?
Yeah, let me pull it up. Hold on.
Yeah,
let me find it.
Because I was sharing that information with someone yesterday, and they said, "Oh no, man, that's bullshit. It ain't that."
No, it's not. Here it is, right here. Hold on.
I said, "Okay, let me."
Whoever that person was, it's 18 U.S. Code 227, and I'll read it as it's written.
Okay, wait a minute.
Section A says,
"What's the name?"
Whoever.
Hold on. Let me write that down. What is it called again?
18 U.S. Code 227.
Code. Okay.
Any federal employee, member of, here we go. U.S. Code 18 U.S. Code 227 stipulates that any federal employee, member of Congress, or member of the executive branch is forbidden from using their position within the federal government to influence the employment decisions of a private business solely based on partisan political affiliation. The penalty for doing so could result in fines and incarceration of up to 15 years, and anyone who is found guilty of violating that law could be disqualified from holding office.
That's
no, and it's worth noting that the U.S. Code specifies that no federal employee is exempt from that law, including the President of the United States. The covered government person language in the beginning of the statute is defined as any U.S. representative, senator, delegate, or resident commissioner, along with any staffers of federal from holding office. The president and vice president, along with employees of the U.S. Postal Service and the Postal Regulatory Commission and their respective staff, are also subject to the law.
Mm-hmm.
And in Alabama on Thursday night, President Trump was stumping for Senator Luther Strange, and he suggested that NFL team owners should fire any player who knelt during the national anthem.
That sounds like a violation to me.
Absolutely.
You know, I just don't understand why people think this guy is okay. I just don't understand that. Why would you think that this guy has, first of all his marbles? I don't think he's playing with a full deck, but more importantly, he thinks everybody else is stupid. You know, and that just that dog won't hunt with me. I can't accept that. I won't accept it.
People, of course, and you should. And what happens is that you have people who felt that way. Or
yeah, you're pixelating again.
Feelings. Oh, I don't know.
Are you on a wireless by chance?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's probably it.
Is there anyone else in the house like watching a movie on the Wi-Fi
or on Pornhub or something?
No. That's crazy.
No hub of porn, no.
Wait, you saw what James Clapper said yesterday, right? The former head of the NSA?
No, I missed that one. What did he say?
He said after intel assessments of Russians' interference in the election and their hacking of voting machines, it cast reasonable doubt on the legitimacy of Trump's victory and his presidency.
I've been saying it since day one.
I said this shit 9 months ago. Oh, y'all, you're just a conspiracy theorist.
No.
Former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper said an assessment by the U.S. intelligence community on Russia's U.S. election interference and the hacking of voting machines cast doubt on President Donald Trump's legitimacy. Clapper's comments follow an avalanche of recent news about Russia's efforts to sway American voters. The Russia investigation has gained significant momentum in recent weeks, with several current and former Trump insiders under scrutiny for their ties to and contacts with Russian operatives. And you know what's crazy is, what's that guy, the white-haired guy, Roger, what is his name?
Roger Ailes?
No, not Ailes. The guy that they interviewed yesterday. He came out and said Trump should fire the counsel. Robert Mueller.
I tell you what, that might be the last straw right there. This country would go up in flames. I listen. This last election, not only was it fraudulent, it was corrupt from the word go. Just, what was it, yesterday, news article came out from the University of Wisconsin that they did research on the turnout there in Wisconsin. He won the state by 22,000 votes. There were 44,000 votes never counted, or people never had a chance to vote because of a new voter registration ID law that prevented 44,000 people just in the state of Wisconsin. And there are similar state situations with new IDs or purging of the voter rolls and all of that because your last name was the same as some guy in Florida and you're in Michigan and shit like that. So there was a combination of things, the Russian involvement, the lying, thievery, mean-spirited, racist bullshit that this president was campaigning on and woke up the walking, living dead racists that are just like him. Then the purging of the voting rolls, and we've talked about this many times on this very show and tried to get people to understand. So all of this stuff is now coming to fruition. And I think if you do an examination in Michigan, Pennsylvania, Ohio, North Carolina, and several other states, even Florida, I think you're going to find corruption and foul play involved in this last election. And why the Democrats are sitting back quiet and not focusing in on this is just beyond me. I don't get it. Can't they see what we see? And with this latest results in Wisconsin, I mean, it's verified through the Secretary of State's office. That's where the data's coming from.
Right. That's
People are coming out saying, I voted, but my vote didn't count because it had to be a provisional ballot, and they didn't count my
Roger
ballot.
Stone. That's the guy,
yeah.
Roger Stone.
So it's criminal, man. We're living under the umbrella of just a horrible election. It was fake, to use this boy's term.
Yeah. Yeah, Roger Stone's the one that yesterday said that Robert Mueller should be fired.
And what is Stone's position?
Stone was Trump's campaign, what do you call it, his
Manager?
firm manager. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, he was he's the...
Campaign chairman?
Yeah, I mean, he was the consultant or campaign consultant.
Yeah. Well, you can have 400 of those.
But he's one of those that Roger Stone is a big name in Republican.
Now, there's a Republican, what was it, senator that indicated he's not going to run for re-election?
He's a political consultant, lobbyist, and strategist, noted for his use of opposition research, usually for candidates of the Republican Party.
Yeah, so I think we're going to see a series of people walking away from office, getting indicted. I think they're getting real close to having some real hard evidence on the president and his family members, because they're getting, people around him. And trust me when I tell you, when they put that heat lamp on their asses and start beating them up with these questions and boxing them in, they're going to say, now, what can you tell us about the president and his involvement? They're going to start
let me ask you a question, Lee.
Drunk.
What happens if they prove that voting machines were hacked, that Hillary not only won the popular vote, but she won the Electoral College as a result of hacked machines? But we have a man who's already taken the oath of office. How do we revert? What do we have him leave and she walks up there and is sworn in?
I don't know.
How do we fix that?
I don't know what the process is, or even if there's a procedure or a law in place to govern that. I don't know.
I mean,
we've never been down this road.
Potentially, we are in a situation where the person who won the election is trying to sell books, and the person who lost the election is in the Oval Office. I mean, that is quite plausible and is potentially reality.
Well, what I think would be fair and just is he should be disqualified, run out of office, send his monkey ass back to New York, and we need a new election.
And if he was a part of this and knew about it, with the asset forfeiture law, they have to take Trump Tower because it was used in the process of committing a crime.
That's right. And any other,
and then that becomes Hillary Clinton's new. And they give so does Mar-a-Lago. That becomes the real White House of the South now. And Hillary Clinton can set her big ass up in there and chill now.
If I were her, I wouldn't want to have anything to do with anything that he owned.
I would. I'd go. Yeah, just like, yep. Mm-hmm.
I think
mine now, motherfucker.
The government should take over all of his properties and pay back all of the money that we've been spending for his crazy travel. Him and his 4,000 family members. That's what I say. Put that money back into the Treasury. Sell all his properties. Put the money back in the Treasury and put some responsible people in the White House that's going to give a damn about the American people, and get rid of all of these crooked-ass congressional members. Flush the toilet. For real, for real.
Gotta go.
Anything short of that is just, it's incomplete. It's not good enough.
Yeah.
Serious. I mean, really. Everybody's
he went down there and endorsed that one guy, and he lost. So I think you're going to see in the midterm, no, Trump, we love you. God bless you. We don't want you coming on the stump for us.
Exactly. What is the congressional ratings right now? Is it like 20%? The Republicans?
I don't have that. Let me see.
I think in the latest poll they were around 20%. I mean, how much lower can you go? Shit. Catchers get a higher rating.
Let's see. September 13th is the latest one I have here.
Okay.
Gallup poll. Let's see. Approval rating. Congress approval rating remains at 16% in September. Yeah.
Damn. That's got to be a record low.
America's approval of Congress, 16%. That was on September 13th.
And what was it for the president? I think was that the one in the 30s?
Probably. Let me pull that up. Let's see. Trump. Let's see. Trump's approval rating. All right. Let's see. I want to go back to Gallup. That's where I got that one from. I trust Gallup.
Yeah, the Giddy Up poll.
Yep, September 18th to September 24th, his approval rating is at 34%.
Sad. And this
guy, 76% of the nation does not approve of him.
Exactly. Why is he still there? Why does he still have a job? Why hasn't he fired himself?
Because if you're performing on any job, or if you're in school, if you're in college, or you're at a job and they do a 90-day evaluation, a 38 is not passing. It's not even an F. It's not even a high F.
Nope.
I mean that's basically a get the fuck out of here. You're fired.
Exactly.
So, a 70% is a C. 60's a D. Anything below 60,
you're out of here.
Yeah.
At 60, they get you a tutor to help you.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Between 65 and 70, you get some help. But this guy is hopeless. I mean, there's nothing you can do to change anything about him because he's just that bad.
He's crazy. He's absolutely insane. The shit he says, like the reason NFL ratings are down is because they're concerned with what's going on with yours truly. Everybody wants to know what I'm doing. That's why they're not watching football. He said that.
He's a pure narcissist.
He absolutely said that.
Yeah, I know.
At the podium.
Unbelievable.
And you know what? You know what? Antonin Scalia said.
What did he say?
I mean, one of his biggest things was tyrants try to suppress flag protests. And he went on to say, we have a First Amendment which says that the right of free speech shall not be abridged, and it is addressed in particular to speech critical of the government. Mm-hmm. That was the main kind of speech that tyrants would seek to suppress.
Yep.
So he absolutely is speaking against what Trump is saying.
Yep, that's true. I just don't get it. The president of the United States calls a NFL player, former NFL player now, an SOB.
Yeah.
But
those Klansmen up in Charleston, some very nice people, very, very good people on both sides. Very good people.
How does he go off on a football player and then say nothing,
and then
say very little about the Klansmen and all the
Oh, there's some very
shit.
Good people, very good people on both sides. They're very good people.
Exactly.
You want to hear what I've been doing since last night that's absolutely been fun and fulfilling?
Well, I'm not sure, but go ahead.
No, it's not sexual. There's a there's a website called Impeach. Impeach. Let me see what it's called. Impeach Donald. Let me find the URL here. demandimpeachmentnow.com.
Okay.
They actually have bought billboards across the country.
Interesting.
So all of my Republican friends and family members, I've been registering them all day. I have to find their zip codes for but I know their email addresses, so I just put their name, their email address. I look up their zip code, and I've been registering them. And then, so I get an email from this guy last night. He's like, "Do you know anything about this?" And it was the thank you for signing up email that he got from the impeachtrump.com petition. And I replied back, yeah, I mean, I've heard there are probably a bunch of those out there. I think online petitions are a waste of time, but I'm glad to see you came to the other side, but I think it's a waste of your time. And he's like, I thought you were pranking me. I'm like, no. Didn't you sign up for it? Why did you get a thank you email? Somebody signed me up for that shit. I'm like, oh, well. Now the NSA knows you don't like Trump, so that's a good thing. He's like, how the hell do I unsubscribe? I'm like, hell, I don't know. I mean, I don't sign online petitions. I don't know.
That's funny. That's a good one. Send me the link to that. I got a few people I want to do that too.
Yeah, I'll send it to you right now.
That's funny.
You got to know their zip code. So
I will find out.
Yeah. It's fun, man. They get all riled.
Oh, man. Yeah, their underwear get real tight.
All right, I'm sending it to you right now. All right, send it to you on Messenger there.
Yeah, we got a little ringy-dingy-dingy here.
Is that you?
Welcome to the Lee Michaels Show.
Hello.
Hello, Bob.
How's it going, guys?
All right, who's this?
Who is that?
That's Shaggy. I figured I would call in.
Hey, Shaggy, how are you?
Jenkins.
Yeah,
welcome to the show.
Secret, I listen to you every morning.
Well, thank you very much. We know we have at least one listener.
Yeah, he's in Hawaii, so he's 3 hours behind you. That means he gets up early like a real white person.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're my
Get up with the chickens.
Commute song. Ugh.
Yeah.
They got some chickens there on Maui. Them Filipinos got chickens run all over the yard.
Now, Shaggy, what time is your show on?
My show's at 12 noon Hawaii time. It's about 3 p.m. on Cali time.
3 p.m. Lee Michaels time.
That's right. Well, I have to check you out, man. I haven't had a chance to. I heard a demo, but I haven't heard the actual show. So I will tune in today. I, in fact, have a break around 3 o'clock today, so I will check you out.
Shaggy does a good job, man. He puts a lot of research and time and show prep. He's like the young Glenn Beck with a prettier wife.
That's funny.
Well, you got to have kind of an open mind when your wife's Hawaiian. You crackerese, and all of your friends are in between.
There you go.
Yeah.
So how long you been doing your thing out there?
Well, I've been doing the show about 2 years now. The new version of the show has only run a year.
Okay.
But that version, like, it's an analysis of the news and the media more so than it is the actual stories that we're looking at. We try to tell people, look, this is the way history would see this. This is the way that everybody's reporting it, and this is all the motivations for why they report it that way.
Now, tell our listeners how they can hear and see your show, because you do a video presentation as well.
Oh, yeah. Well, right now, I'm still experimenting with Facebook Live, although I've been watching you on YouTube today, so that's new. But you can find me at Shaggy Live, just all lowercase, one word, anywhere, Twitter, Google Plus, or Facebook.
Okay.
Just look for Shaggy Live, and then at 12 noon when my show goes live, or right a couple of minutes before it, I'll send out a tweet saying, hey, we're getting ready to go on the show.
Good deal.
And then they can watch through my Facebook and stuff like that.
And the radio station you work for has a website, too, don't they, where you can stream it?
Yes, KAKUFM.org.
Kaku.
And that is...
K-A-K-U.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
In Hawaiian, it means keaku, which is the pilot fish, or the fish that guides the sharks through the water.
Nice. They got a tough job.
Oh, yeah, no.
If the sharks can't find anything to eat, I guess they eat those guys, right?
They eat your ass.
That's right.
Sound like Congress to me.
Swim fast, fool.
Yeah,
Hey, Lee, by the way, Shaggy is one of only a handful of names that you will find in Chatty Hattie's book, where she mentions people that she mentored.
Really?
Shaggy's name is right under mine, yep, and Todd Haygood.
Yep.
And
Nice.
Sonny Joe White and a bunch of other people.
Yeah. Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
She. That's a legendary name in the Carolinas.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. I was actually thinking about this the other day because I know it's a little weird. I was reading her book again. But I was thinking the other day, what is going to happen, like, when she's gone? Me and Apollo are going to have to write a book called The Legacy and talk
Right.
about all the people that she left behind,
We'll call it
and where we all end
The
up.
White Shadows.
Oh, God.
Chatty Cathy. I remember her. Absolutely.
Chatty Hattie. Yeah.
Yeah.
She and Martha
I tried to
Jean were the
explain.
queens of urban radio for a while there.
No, yeah, absolutely. They were the foundation for it all.
Yeah, Shaggy actually taught a production class at Shaggy's, at Chatty. Chatty had her own broadcasting college for about 10 years, Chatty School of Communication.
I didn't know
left
that,
Gaston
yeah.
Yep, she
yeah.
started, she was an accredited trade school.
Interesting.
And it was Chatty School of Communication. It was right next to the NBC affiliate in Charlotte.
WCNC.
Larry Sprinkle. And Shaggy worked at Clear Channel, which was about a quarter of a mile from there. So he would go teach a production class and then drive down to Clear Channel radio and work in the evening. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But he was a teacher at her school.
Interesting.
I'm a teacher now. I run the radio education department at Akaku on Maui.
Nice. How long?
This
Now, how long
little
you been?
motherfucker, let me tell you something. This little fucker knows his shit. I mean, let me tell you a story. We're at my uncle's house. My uncle built computers before people even knew what computers were. My uncle was a computer scientist, brilliant man. Shaggy and I had gone up to spend the night with him one night. Now, my uncle smoked like a damn Navajo chief, just poof, poof, poof. He only had to light a cigarette once in the morning because he could light every one off the end of the other.
Chain
from that
smoker.
point on.
Oh,
And so we had been up all night designing a website because my uncle did that too. And the next morning, his computer wouldn't boot up. It would start and then it would stutter. And my uncle was like, "You fucked up my shit." I'm like, "No, I ain't did shit to it. I just shut the motherfucker off." And so Shaggy's sitting there. He's looking at it. He looks at my Uncle Wayne. He looks up at the ceiling at all this tar on the ceiling, right where he sits, where the smoke goes. Shaggy said, "Why don't you open the case, take your RAM out, and clean it off, and then stick it back in. You might have some tar buildup on the RAM."
Absolutely.
Mom was like, "Oh hell, that ain't got shit to do with nothing."
Yeah, it
Shaggy
does.
said, "Well, just to entertain me, would you please let me entertain myself and just try it?" He's like, "Yeah." And so Shaggy took it out, took the contact cleaner, sprayed it, wiped it, put it back in, booted right up.
Yep.
My uncle was like, "That little motherfucker knows his shit now." And every time I came back to his, "Where's my buddy at?" I'm like, "Hell, he's in Charlotte." That's my buddy now. That little motherfucker knows his shit now. I mean, Shaggy could do no wrong after that.
That's right. Yeah. But that was an obvious thing to look at, because smoke does impact on electronics.
Absolutely.
It's horrible. I remember back in the day when they allowed us to smoke in the studio, in the radio studios.
You had to clean the heads every shift.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I remember
And sometimes
I got my head
twice
cleaned
a
in there a couple times,
Yeah.
too, while I was on the air.
Got your head clean, too, huh?
You got to clean them heads every shift. That's what the PD told me.
That's right.
Just following direction.
I had them do it twice a shift.
Damn, you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I also had 3 high intense heat lamps, on the phone lines. So
Damn.
if I redlined you, the person with the deepest suntan at the end of the month lost their job.
That's funny.
And boy, you got redlined a lot. Look at
But you have black folk. How the hell they going to know? Y'all don't get no tan.
No, they get tanned, absolutely. I'm blacker than I'm normally just because I'm out
Motherfucker come in
driving.
looking like Smokey Robinson, leave looking like Seal when they come
That's
up out
right.
here.
That's right. Original black man.
Hey Shaggy, so we're setting up we were setting up for a high school reunion to DJ. My cousin has a rack mount hard. It's Wayne's son, David, have a rack mount hard drive, and we're trying to boot it up, and it goes. You get your BIOS screen, then it goes to the black screen. It does the power test, and then it kept locking up, and it was just a flashing cursor in the top left-hand corner. And it would not pass the power test or whatever. You would see your BIOS,
right?
And David was freaking out, and I'm like, dude, it's something real simple. I promise you. What do you think it was, Shaggy?
Let's see. Flashing light.
Top left corner. The BIOS would come up, and then it wouldn't go to Windows. It would just flash. It would be flashing in the top
This is the
left-hand
boot up
corner.
drive you're talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would not. It would not go to Windows. It would go. You would get the splash screen, and then it would say, your BIOS would show up, and then bam, when it would do the power test down in the bottom left, then it would have a flashing cursor in the top left.
Top left. Let's see. Either they unplugged their hard drive.
Nope.
Hard drive.
I'm gonna tell you what it
reading,
was,
the
but I'm gonna see if you
cable
can get it.
All right.
Could be a bad boot
Let's
sector, a
No.
corrupt file,
Yeah, could be that.
Nope. It was something real simple.
a loose cable.
It's real simple.
Nope. Very simple.
Oh, very simple?
Yep.
Let's see. Well, if it was,
It was
very
trying
simple,
to
I'd
boot
say
from something
TEBKS.
that wasn't there.
Oh, did he have a CD in there or a floppy
Yep.
disk?
He had a blank DVD
Yep.
in the DVD drive.
Yeah, that'll do it. And
And
his
it tried to
BIOS
boot-
is set to boot from that drive.
Yeah,
And he couldn't see it.
He was going to burn a DVD the night before and did it on his laptop instead, and he had left a blank DVD in the because I kept seeing the light flash on the DVD drive.
Right.
I'm like, why is the light flashing on the tray where the DVD goes in or the CD?
'Cause your
He's like,
BIOS
"Ain't shit
is
in there
set."
but a blank DVD. I'm like, it's trying to fucking boot from something that's not there.
Right. It's trying. It go into your BIOS and change that so it does not boot from the CD.
And this motherfucker had took the motherfucker apart, took the RAM out, tried to do a Shaggy and clean the
Jesus.
RAM.
Yeah.
And
Yep. That was
and
it.
checked all of his connectors. I said, what the fuck's in the tray? And then I said, see, I told you it was something very simple.
Yeah, it could have been one of those other problems, like a bad
You learn.
boot sector and corrupt
Yeah, that's
file
right.
in the OS. I see that a lot as well.
I tell you, though, it's like any time that you work on computers, the biggest thing you have to figure out is the computer the problem or is the user the problem?
Yeah,
That's right. And in Lee's case, it's usually Lee.
well, that's true. But I've done it so much, I know how to fix me.
Hey, let me tell you, Lee, I had an engineer, a radio engineer, build a computer for me. And I paid him $1,200. This was 10 years ago or 8 years ago.
Okay.
And so when he left, I'm like, dude, every time I boot it up, the screen flickers, and I have to go in and reset the video card settings. I'm like, it's ridiculous. And then his response was, well, just don't shut it off. I'm like, motherfucker, I shut my computer off every night. So
Yeah,
the guy
well.
came back and fixed it. And it worked for a day, then it started doing it again. Shaggy happened to be in town from Hawaii. I said, "Can you come over here, please? This motherfucker, I'm about to kill somebody." And I don't know what the fuck Shaggy did, but then they never flickered ever again since then.
What was it, Shaggy?
Oh, homeboy didn't know how to mount his cables properly and didn't have his chip set.
Shaggy did it
Intermittent
in like 5
connection.
minutes.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, when in doubt, check all the connections.
Well, that is true. But the other thing is you went to the wrong person to build a computer. Most radio engineers are not very savvy when it comes to computers, especially if they're old school.
Well, this
engineer.
guy's not old school. He's a young guy. But
yeah,
you can't tell him he don't know shit.
Though,
Yeah.
I kind of spoiled Apollo by being around, though, because it was like, oh, can you do this? Yeah. Can you do that? Yeah.
Well, I got chatted about it 2 or 3 months ago. I had a problem with the same engineer, and I had to call Shaggy in Hawaii, and somehow he connected to my computer from Maui and fixed everything for me.
Well, you know, you got to know what you're doing. And just because somebody has a degree or expertise or a license hanging on the wall as an engineer does not mean that they are well-versed in every aspect of electronics and computers. To a lot of engineers, broadcast engineers, some of them, you know, I guess a lot of them by now are up to speed, but beyond plug and play for these guys, it's a different world. You know, you want to talk transmitters and audio processing, and some of those do a pretty good job with that. Others are just not that good, especially when it comes to audio processing. And I'm real critical on that crap. It's got to be tight and sounding good.
Oh yeah,
man.
I'm the big perfectionist around here, and the funny thing is because I work in television now, I always get a little shit from everybody because they're like, "Why are you spending so much time on the audio?" And it's like, "Why did you completely ignore it?"
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I mean,
TV guys
it doesn't
don't get
matter
that.
what kind of. Yeah, no, it's like anytime they think of something being set up good, it's like, did we get everybody's head in the shot?
Right.
Can we hear everybody?
Exactly.
Does this stuff make sense?
Right. Yeah, you're absolutely right on that. Now, are you in a TV studio environment, or is it a radio station setup, more or less?
It is a TV radio combo studio. Basically, what happened was, it's not too long ago, I got hired to go to Vegas and build this type of studio for another organization.
Mm-hmm.
That organization fell through, so when I came back to Maui, I told the director of the Public Access Center, hey, I can build a combo station for internet, radio, and television, and it'll broadcast either one at a time or multiples or all simultaneous. And they gave me the budget, and that's
nice.
KAKU.
Cool. Nice.
So
what type of hardware are you using for video streaming? And can you do multiple streams at the same time?
Oh, yeah. I'm using a TriCaster.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm thinking the TriCaster 460 is my model.
Okay.
It's the midline one.
Yes.
And
yeah, I'm familiar with it.
I love the TriCaster. That's my baby right now.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever looked at Broadcast Pix? PIX?
No, not yet.
Yeah, it's similar to the TriCaster. Has a couple things that TriCaster, as far as the last time I checked, couldn't do. The one that I like the most is they have another box that goes with their unit. It's called Vox, VOX, and it's voice-activated camera. It follows your voice. So if you got 3 people on a set, and like I'm talking right now, it will point to me. When you start talking, in a millisecond, it goes to you.
What if we're talking at the same time?
You can program it to do a split screen, or go to whoever you want it to go to. Nice.
Well, hey, fellas, I hate to do this, but I got to run. I got some. I know this is going to sound weird. I got some AC guys, some construction guys, and some car guys all waiting.
All at the same time.
Damn, that sounds like a joke.
Yeah.
An AC guy, a car guy, and a video guy.
I know. Give me a priest, a rabbi, and
Yeah. All right. Well, Shaggy,
all right,
thanks
brother.
for popping in. Appreciate it anytime.
Oh, no worries, guys. Take it easy.
And I'll check you out at 3 o'clock.
Love you, bro. Be good. Give my love to the family.
Love you too, man.
All right.
Will do, man.
Take care, Shaggy.
Aloha.
Thank you.
That's a good dude right there.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I think
When
he
I
would
met
be
him,
fun
he
to hang
was,
out with.
He was a board op.
Mm-hmm.
And Todd Haygood, one of my longest friends in this, actually the guy that sat in the studio with me the first night I went on the air, he said, I want you to meet this kid. And I was just starting my voiceover business in 2001 where I walked away from radio and I heard his production. I'm like, can you produce some stuff for me? And so for a while, he was my go-to guy. If I had too much, I'd say, here's 2 promos and 2 spots, produce these for me. And so it was a way to, and shit, for a while, he wasn't even charging me. Finally, I start feeling bad, like I got to give you something.
Yeah,
I
man.
can't work you for free.
But
I mean, he has an engineering mind, so really Shaggy is, if he would have hung around Charlotte, he would probably be the engineer now if he had hung, at least the IT and computer engineer.
Right.
When it comes to computers and networking and
yeah, you got to know.
He has
it,
a
man.
photographic memory too. You tell him something one time, he can recall it 20 years later.
Mm-hmm. That's real talent, man. Yeah, that's the way I've always been in the business too. I mean, I've got an electronic background, but I never really used it unless I was sitting down talking to an engineer. But I built this whole operation here, built another one in Chicago and Florida, and it's fun to me. More than being on the air, putting it all together is it's a kick for me. I just enjoy it. I love it.
You remember Foghorn Leghorn, the cartoon?
Sure.
You remember the little tiny chick that was way smarter than him? You remember Foghorn Leghorn? Like, come here, boy. Let me show you how to make an airplane, boy.
Yeah.
And he would make a paper airplane. Then the little chick with the glasses.
I don't remember the
chick.
chicken. Yeah.
He would make one, and it would shoot foghorns down. Like he would, and he did everything 200 times better than Foghorn Leghorn.
Right.
And that's Shaggy. Shaggy's that little motherfucker that you like, look at this computer I built. Well, look at this one I built. It's got 2 terabytes of RAM and 3 6-terabyte hard drives on a RAID array.
Exactly.
It's like, what the hell?
Right. Chris, are you back?
Let's try this. It's still screwed up or what?
No, it's much cleaner right now. Yeah.
Let's see if they hang in there. Let's see what happens.
What'd you do?
What did you do differently?
No, I just did what I did before. I shut everything off and rebooted.
That usually works. When in doubt, reboot.
Yeah. Did you have any other apps open the last time?
No, I did not.
Okay. All right. Well, let's hope it stays stable. It sounds crystal clear right now.
Yeah, it sounds real good right
Yeah.
now.
Let's roll this. See what happens.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mute and give Chris the mic now.
All right. So I don't know if you were able to hear any of the conversation we had with
Shaggy. I missed Shaggy. Yeah, I caught some of his show a couple of days ago. Good dude.
Yeah.
Very informative, yes.
Yeah, I like what he's doing out there. I saw a demo that I think Apollo sent me, and but I have not heard.
Well, that was just one of his shows. That was just a show from one day.
Yeah, I'm going to check him out today at 3 o'clock Pacific time.
Nice.
Baby. Yeah, but I love tech geeks like that, and if they happen to be on the microphone, that's another notch. I'm a real advocate or supporter of real radio /broadcasters. These fake ass people, I'm not down with y'all. I mean, just want to be, but not for the right reason. I can't get with you, man. I'm sorry. Don't come in here and try to pimp the business that we love so much. Stay on the stage and be a comedian, but get out of my face.
You hear that horse face killer?
Who is horse face killer?
Steve Harvey.
Oh, well, Steve is kind of transition. I got to give him a pass.
No.
I mean, he does a pretty good radio job. He does.
No.
I mean, he was a little rough around the edges in the beginning, as most are, but he's kind of come around, and I've kind of semi-accepted him now as being a radio guy.
No.
He's a media pimp. Is that what you're trying to say?
I'll embrace D.L. Hughley before I'll embrace him.
Yeah, no, I like him. I think, he still needs some coaching, but I like DL. In fact, almost put a deal together to have him on Sirius XM. Well, it wasn't Sirius then. It was XM when I was over at Radio 1 with Syndication 1 because we had a deal with him at that time. But I liked his energy and his desire. But in the back of my mind, when you are coming from a different spectrum, if you will, whether it's a comedian, a singer, an actor, or actress, or TV person, I've always had this thing in the back of my mind. Well, why you want to do radio? What's up with that? And I've, 9 times out of 10, it's, they see the value in it and they want to pimp the media to get them to the next TV show or next movie or a series or whatever.
That's specifically what Baisden is doing right now, and he's made it clear when he relaunched this show. Some of the people that he invited to Miami, he said, "I'm just going to keep it real. This is just a stepping stone to my TV career. I'm just trying to do this to get back on TV." Yeah,
well, there are people who can't make that transition. My old buddy Tom Joyner tried it 3 or 4 different times to launch a TV career, and it just didn't work. And he gave it his best, and he's a talented guy. But Tom Joyner, in my opinion, is a radio guy.
He could do a countdown show like Casey Kasem used to do.
Of course. I mean, he could do that in his sleep.
Oh, yeah, like a TV countdown show. It's Tom Joyner's Top 10 Countdown.
Yeah.
It'd come on Saturday morning after Soul Train, and it'd be a good show.
A TV show, you think?
Yeah, a TV countdown show. Like, where they just like a little 30-minute Top 10 countdown.
A VJ, yeah.
Yeah, like Casey Kasem's American Top 40.
Right.
Back in the day.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, here in Chicago, he did the Ebony Jet Celebrity Showcase at one point, and that was a national show, but he doesn't translate well on television. No offense, like I said before, he's a radio guy, but the TV stuff just doesn't come off well. I mean, I've tried to support and watch him, but I can't do it. The radio side, of course, TV, no.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I never chased the TV thing because of my passion and love for radio, and I just didn't have the TV bug, but I had that radio bug. Now I sit in front of a camera now and I ignore it. Really, I really do.
Well, it's best to ignore it.
Yeah,
I think for them to.
Carol
obviously ignores it, so.
I don't know what that's all about.
Well, Paula just mentioned about the Foghorn Leghorn cartoons. Those are one thing. That was my favorite too, and I was I liked the one where he had the Gazaba melon, and he was talking to the little chick with the bonnet. Prissy. Like, take the cassava melon. Now, look at me, I'm talking to you right now. Take the cassava melon right here and go over to that dog and make sure you put it in his face. Ooh, yes. I mean, it was just good comedy, man.
Yeah.
And I miss that. I really do.
Yeah, my favorite.
Hey, let me ask y'all something. My Facebook now, when you go to your news feed, it lets you see, I mean, I don't know why, but like it gives me about 10 stories, and then it says, welcome to Facebook. Get started by adding friends. You'll see their videos, photos, and let me see about 10 stories. Then it tells me I need to add some friends to see more stories. I got 2,000 people. Why is it trying to get me to add more friends?
Well, because it helps what they're trying to do and
get started by adding friends. You'll see their videos.
Because it helps them in their advertising scheme of things that, when you have more people and you advertise or promote your page or whatever, it passes through. And they want you to be more active.
Yeah, but it never did that before. It never told me to add more friends.
Yeah, well, they're constantly doing changes and updates and all that.
Fuck Zuckerberg. With a name like Zuckerberg, it's got to be fucked up.
Yeah, in college they call him Zucker. Hey, Zucker.
Yeah, Mother Zucker.
Yeah, right.
Zuckerberg. Is that Jewish, Zuckerberg?
I think so.
Well, they control everything. So
all right. Come on now. Be nice.
You know that shit's true. The Rothschilds.
Yeah, well, you know what happened when Jesse Jackson made that comment. The raft of hell came down.
Then he told Obama, "Well, cut the motherfucking balls off."
Yeah. That was just a little jealousy. You know how
That's why,
egos
you
come
know, and that night when Obama won and he was standing in Chicago, Jesse was in tears. They're like, "Look, Jesse's crying. He's emotional." I'm like, "He's emotional because he know he ain't gonna get a cabinet position because he said cut the motherfucker's balls off." Obama ain't gonna give him no job. That's why he's fucking crying.
And if he had given him some kind of post or, you know, whatever, how would you have felt about that?
I don't think Jesse was qualified for any cabinet position. I think
For
he
nothing?
has credibility issues. I think he has credibility issues, just like Sharpton. I just don't.
Too
think,
much
what
of
could
an
Jesse
activist?
do?
Well,
What could he do? I mean, what is he qualified in government to do?
I think
Where would you put Jesse?
I think he could have been an
Head of
ambassador.
hood?
No,
An ambassador to what?
to some foreign country or whatever. I mean, he's as knowledgeable. He's traveled the world, and I'm sure he has relationships with people in various countries.
So why didn't Obama give him a
Well,
cabinet
I
position?
can't answer that one. But you asked me what did I think he would be qualified to do.
Yeah,
And
but those
certainly-
ambassador jobs, people get those from just donating money. I mean,
Well-
you got people that have ambassador jobs that ain't never did shit but sit around.
Well, we have a person in charge of our educational department that donated a couple $100 million to the Republicans, and she got a job. So you're right. You're right. But is she any more qualified than other people who would probably be better suited for that job? I don't think so.
Yeah, but it all goes back to cronyism. That's what politicians do. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. And then when I get in a position of power, well, hey, I'm going to look after you. I got your back.
I got
and
you.
you're in a position. Yeah, I got you. Don't worry about it.
Yep. And that's part of the problem, folks. I mean, it's too much of the buddy and not enough of what we really need to do to fix the problems and make this a better country. Unify it, bring it together, stop using a wedge, and maybe, use a different approach to bring people together as opposed to trying to separate us based on color, religion, and all of those kind of things, race, and it's enough, damn it. It needs to stop. And we need to focus in on the things that are really important, and that's survival. I mean, what if? Let's play what if for a second here. What time is it? How much time we got?
You got 56 minutes.
Okay, all right. What if this little mental moron over there in North Korea blasts off one of these hydrogen things that stops all of the electronics in the United States of America? If he has that capability, by the way, we don't know for sure. Maybe China has it and they will allow him access to it. I don't know. But just what if that were to happen? I guarantee you one or two things are going to happen here in the United States of America. Either you're going to forget about that I'm black, and I'll forget about the fact that you're white or Asian or Latino. It's about survival at that point. Or it will be mayhem and chaos, and the apocalypse is on because it's going to be every man for himself. So what do you want to do? What makes
first of all,
sense?
that's why we got to get off the grid. I think we got to get off the grid now because if everybody had solar panels on their roof and the ability to be off the grid. I mean, the reason they say the citizens 90% of 90% of the American people would die within 9 months because we're so dependent. We plug in and we're dependent on corporations and government for everything we have.
That's all we know.
So you need to have some seeds in your house and you need to have some solar panels on your roof so that you can cook and eat and be self-sufficient.
My question,
the
though,
grocery stores will go out of business because they won't have power.
Yeah. But
then you don't need all that gold you collected ain't going to do you a bit of good. You need canned food and lead to protect your gold. I mean, to protect your food. You need lead, not gold.
Yeah.
You need food and lead and a gun to use it. Well,
that's part of that whole, survival of apocalypse. if man turns on himself just for survival, and that could very well happen. My question:
and how many kids, how many millennials know how to can some green beans?
No, none. Very few. Very few.
That's why they would die first.
Yeah.
Because if they can't get a 99-cent Wendy's value burger, they'll die.
Yeah, that's true. You better get some grassroots survival skills together if something like that were to happen. And is it possible? Absolutely. Is it going to happen anytime soon? We don't know. But my question is, if you had solar energy, solar panels, but if this electronic bomb were to happen, wouldn't that take out that mechanism as well? Because it has to store the energy into batteries, and there's some kind of electronics involved in that process, converting the sunlight into energy that's stored in batteries. So the electronics in that would be jacked up. So maybe solar ain't the answer either. You may have to go back to the old-fashioned windmill. But even the windmills of today is all electronic. So everything, from what I understand, that is electronic, cars, radios, TVs, cell phones, everything that we depend on today, the entire power grid, anything electronic, this console that I'm talking through right now, would be kaputs. Done. Fried. So, yeah, we'd be SOL. Certainly the ability of communication would have to go back to drums and smoke.
So how do they know that if he shot a nuclear bomb off up in the sky, it would kill our power grids? Because nobody's ever done it before. It's only theoretical.
That is true. And do we have any kind of defense against that? We do, maybe we do. Maybe we don't.
And maybe they're just telling us that so that when we nuke their ass, everybody says, okay, good, because we didn't want to die in 9 months, so I'm glad Trump nuked him. And now the Rothschilds can control their bank, too, so we're cool with that. That's the trade-off.
See, I don't think the appropriate response or attack on North Korea should be nuclear. I think that, if you put enough Tomahawk missiles in the air, if you can truly identify what this moron is, you take him out and his top regime people.
That doesn't work. We
does.
did it with Saddam. We did it with Saddam. It didn't work. We did it with. Are we going to occupy North Korea for the rest of the eternity? We took Saddam out.
What are you going to do?
ISIS.
So what's a better idea?
We turned North Korea into the new Great Lakes of Korea.
I'm not sure if I understand what that means.
It means we turn them into a lake.
You flood them out?
No, we bomb the shit out of them.
Well, I just said that. That's what a Tomahawk missile would do.
So much that water pours in. Then we get the guys from the United Arab Emirates to come in and make it a nice little resort. And once all the nuclear fallout is gone, and then we make it the new.
What is the difference? Why wouldn't the same approach work that we used in the war there in Iraq?
Listen, this
you go in and take out the communication capabilities first.
And Iraq is stable now, right?
Well, that doesn't matter. I mean,
it does matter when you
no. When you got a guy that's talking all this tall shit that he's been doing, and he's threatening
way more shit than Saddam ever did.
Absolutely. So if he has 50% of the capabilities he claims he has, he's a threat to not only his own people, to the world and his neighbors. South Korea, you're telling me that we are not smart enough to put an attack together to take this guy out in a matter of minutes. And people say, well, he could destroy 10 million people in South Korea. Yeah, that's a possibility.
Yeah.
That's a possibility.
But don't take a rocket scientist to figure out every time they have their holiday or whatever that thing is they have where they march all the damn.
Yeah.
He's always standing on that same fucking balcony.
Right.
With his little hand and his binocular. So we know where he's going to be on a certain day at a certain time.
That's my point.
All you need is a sniper or something.
A sniper would be good, but that might be a little difficult. Not impossible, but a Tomahawk missile with his name in a Sharpie on the side of that son of a gun would do the trick.
We better hit him from the back so he can't see it coming, though.
It won't matter. It won't matter because you can't stop that son of a gun. If you take out his communication system while he's standing up there on the podium waving with the little short arms and a Tomahawk missile is on its way, it's over. And all his little punk-ass generals with all these little fake badges and shit hanging on their chests looking like morons, they're all gone. They're all gone. You take it's a clean sweep.
Yeah, I mean, because he's saying he's gonna turn us into ashes. I mean, I've never heard nobody talk that kind of shit.
Well, him
before.
and Trump are two peas in a pod.
Yeah, I think we ought to just get them to fight in a cage and sell pay-per-view tickets.
I like that. I like that. They both might be sitting in separate corners crying like little babies after each one of them get punched one time.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
The Small Hands Smackdown this Friday on the Showtime pay-per-view.
There you go.
I was watching the news, and they had this thing, of course, about 45, and they was asking people about, is he bringing the country together or dividing us? And the people that were taking, but the people that they were getting responses from, the people who said, well, look, he's making us together, bringing us together, making the America great again. Those ones who follow him. Yeah. And you think about it, if we were to go into, say, the last days and Armageddon and that type of stuff and everything else, and we're trying to survive, it's already divisive in our country. Case in point, if we were to say, go try to get some water or go try to get some food, and the owner does not want to serve us because of our skin tone, because of how we look, because of our political views, whatever. And then once again, the division that was in the beginning now comes to full force when it's even obvious of how people just react to certain people, just who they are. I told you before, when I covered the O.J. Simpson trial here in Chicago for ABC, or our affiliate, and when the verdict went down about O.J., I was glad it was over with. We did 10 months of that whole shit, 10 months straight.
Yeah.
So I was glad it was over with. I get on the elevator with my white counterparts, and they go to the other side of the elevator like I'm getting ready to rape one of the white women. And I'm like, it's not that serious, but they showed who they really were. And it was a very sad day because, these people you work with, but just their body reaction and not speaking to you and everything else, because in their minds, you were just as black, if not blacker than OJ.
Or
they were mean.
They feared you because, they thought you were a murderer.
Yeah,
and you had that Eldridge Cleaver autobiography under your arm, too. That probably didn't help.
No. It was Malcolm X, but that's another story.
Soul on Ice.
So, we live under fear, under rhetoric, and that's what's controlling the minds of the people in this country. And I just pray that every night I go to bed and say, dear God, fix this problem around the world, bring people together so that when I'm gone, that there's a world for my children and my grandchildren that will be peaceful and productive for all mankind. Amen. That's all I want. That's all I pray for.
And a women.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you there. That'd be some shit if it was the end of the world. Ain't nothing but men left.
Oh, no.
Chris, you better get a dress on.
Damn.
You better get on one first.
I'm titty fucking you first.
Yeah, shoot. You better get over, man. I got the Vaseline, man. So I'm good to go.
Stop it. See, y'all tripping now.
Lee can have Carol put some weave in his hair. We good with Lee. Lee, baby. We're going to see how much of a baby you are.
Yeah, well, you're going to get messed up. You're messing with wrong.
Exactly.
You're gonna get jacked up. That's all I can tell you, brother. You're gonna be hurting for certain.
Woo, Lord Jesus.
Ain't the one.
Carol be out there. Oh, don't touch me, please, don't do that.
Oh no, Carol would be gone. Ain't nothing but men left. Hell, we couldn't even have Carol put no weave in his hair.
I don't have anything to attach the weave to. Ain't much left, bro.
Yeah.
I'm looking like Stevie Wonder right about now.
Damn.
We're going to take two.
Damn.
You're looking like Stevie Wonder. Go and take 2 knees while you're at it.
Yeah, right?
Take 2 knees.
Yeah. Stevie probably had to do 2 because, he's getting up in age as well.
Oh, yeah. What is he in the 70s by now, right?
He's 69.
Okay, he's close.
Yeah. Yeah, we're pretty
That's a
close.
good
No,
number.
wait a minute. What am I? I'm 67, he's 68.
68. Okay, so
Yeah, we're pretty close in age.
so he's 68 and he owes you one.
He's 67. He was born May 13th,
Yeah.
1950.
Was it May?
May 13th, 1950 in
That's
Saginaw,
right.
Michigan.
That's right. Yeah, I know our birthdays
He's got
were...
about 20 children. Good God. He got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He got eight kids.
Yeah, he's a Taurus and I'm a Gemini. I was born May 28th.
Oh, okay.
I knew our birthdays were real close. But I thought it was like almost a year difference. Okay, so we're the same age.
Mm-hmm.
67.
Okay, no.
It's my boy. It's my fat boy. We used to do fat boy jokes on each other.
Did he?
You fatter than me? No, dog. No, Lord. Come here.
Say,
come
Stevie, I can see and I can tell you fatter than me.
here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Let me
You
see
sweat gravy.
you. Come here. Let me see you. That means he wants to put his arms around you and feel you and
Right,
shit.
right.
Boy, I tell you, Steven must have magic hands because I've seen women do the meltdown when he touch them. They melt down, man. I'm
that's
going,
good.
damn. What'd you do to her, man? He goes, I got that magic touch, man. you don't understand. It's all in the hands. He's a trip. That's my boy.
Oh man, you know he was the one that nicknamed the late great basketball player Daryl Dawkins Chocolate Thunder.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, as Mr. Dawkins told it, he comes into the locker room after the game and was like, hey, "Let me feel your face. Let me feel your face." So he felt his face,
Yeah.
and Stevie said, Chocolate Thunder," and that name stuck with him.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember one time, I think we were on Crenshaw Boulevard, and he was in his car, and he's sitting up front in the passenger seat. And
Oh, you ever say he wasn't driving, right?
well, he likes to drive. So I
Ooh-wee.
pulled up next to him and got the driver's eye, and he rolled the window down so I could talk to him. And I would disguise my voice and mess with him, He said, who is that? I think I know who you are, but say something else. And I would mess with him, man, just drive him crazy. And then I remember one time we were at a convention or some awards dinner or something. I came up behind him. He was up on the dais. And I came up behind him and I was whispering in his ear and he didn't know who it was. I said, yeah, man, I'm going to kick your fat ass. He goes, you ain't man enough to do that. I'm telling you right now, I'm a bad dude. I said, man, you can't see me when I'm swinging on you. How you going to fight me, man? He said, so who is this? He's trying to listen to my voice, and I'm disguising it and everything. And then when I said, it's me, Lee Michaels, he goes, oh, screw you, man. You got me again. Come here. He wants to bear hug you now, right?
Right.
Choke you. I love that guy. He's a great humanitarian.
When
and
did you
funny
first
guy.
meet Stevie? When did you first meet him?
I first met him back in the 70s in Norfolk, Virginia. My buddy Calvin Shakespeare Perkins had a TV show, and I was the producer of the show. And he interviewed him on the show, and that's where we first met at WHURH. It's a public television station, HOV or something like that, in Hampton, Virginia. That's where I first met him.
That's Jay-Z station.
Jay-Z station? With
Hove.
HOV, I think it was. I can't
H to
remember.
the
that.
Izzo.
Yeah.
V to the Izzy.
Yeah. So that's where I first met him. And then met him again a couple
to
times
triple down
at
in VA.
concerts. And then his attorney also represented me. And that's how we got hooked up when I went to work for him at KJLH.
Oh, cool.
Kindness,
99.1.
joy, love, and happiness.
That's right. And he still owns the station today. And we'll
That's
probably
all right.
never sell it. As a kid growing up in Detroit, he always wanted to be on the radio or own his own radio station. So when he had the opportunity to buy the station, it fulfilled the dream. And I can totally relate to that. So it's a very personal thing to him. He loves radio. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I have some crazy Stevie Wonder stories. He'd call you at 3 o'clock in the morning and go, "Hey, man, what are you doing?" I said, what normal people do at 3 a.m.? "Oh, yeah, listen, why don't you come down to the studio? I want to play some tunes for you and see what you think." No, come on, Stevie. I got a 9 o'clock staff meeting, man. I can't do it. "Oh, come on, man. Yeah, we'll hang out, just you and me, and I'll play some tunes, and we'll have some fun." I said, "Stevie, I got a 9 o'clock in the morning meeting. I can't hang out with you all night." He goes, "And then we'll go to Roscoe's. We'll get some chicken and waffles, and then I'll go to the meeting with you." I said, No, absolutely not. You cannot go and disrupt my staff meeting. No, hell no. "Oh, come on, man. It'll be fun." I said, "No, it won't be fun. You'll be a disruption, and everybody will be paying attention to what you're saying as opposed to what we need to do to fix the radio station. Well, just come on down. I'll be waiting." So what are you going to do? Your boss is telling you to come hang out with him at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
You get your fat ass up and you go hang out with Stevie Wonder all night.
I'd say, "Stevie, I got to work tomorrow for you, so I've got to go to sleep."
I give you permission to hang out with me. It's okay. I won't
so
tell.
I'm sleeping tomorrow. I'm not working at the station.
I won't tell the boss. He's a trip, man. Real trip. Mm-hmm. Fun guy, though. Fun guy. Fun.
That's all right.
I've heard he's a fun guy. I've never met him. I'd love to meet him.
I remember one time we went to, I think it was in Pasadena, and they were giving an award to Ray Charles. And you talk about funny. These two guys backstage were like, wow. Two geniuses, music geniuses, clowning, just having a good time, telling blind jokes and messing with each other. And Stevie presented him with I'll call it a scanner. It was a brand new device. It was like the second one ever made. Stevie had the first one, so he gave this device to him where you place a document on it, just like a scanner, and it would read the document to you. Mm-hmm. So he presented that to him on stage, and it was a wonderful night, man, and a lot of fun, and to see these two geniuses just having fun with each other. It was a blast. Some of the experiences you have with people like that, it's just, you never forget those moments.
When I was in college, we had a guy, Tate Luck, and he was blind. He had a seeing eye dog named Buster, and we used to, I had just been to Dairy Queen and got a cheeseburger and fries, and Tate was like, "Buster, production room." And Buster knew where the production room was. I mean, the dog would lead him down the hall and make a left, and the next left. And so one day I had this bag of food. He said, "Buster, production room." And I held that bag of food right in front of his nose.
Oh, no.
And I led him into the men's room instead of the production room. And Tate's touching the walls. He's like, "Buster, this is not the production room." That motherfucker said, "Fuck you." He got fries and ground beef.
That's mean.
No, that was great. Tate loved that shit.
Oh, that's funny. Man.
And I'd say, "Let's go to McDonald's. Come on. They always get excited because they see Tate. They get the Braille menus out and get all excited and shit. And I'm like, he already knows what he wants. Put that shit up. He already knows what he wants.
You're right.
Tate was a good. Hey, you could come up behind Tate and grab him in the bear hug, and he would. George, I mean, he knew who the fuck you were because he could smell your cologne or you had a scent or whatever. Mm-hmm. He's still in radio, man. I send him when I'm tweaking processing and stuff. I send him the file because nobody can dissect audio like a blind person.
You know, I had that discussion with Stevie, and he doesn't think that the senses are any different than anybody else.
Shit, I beg to differ.
Yeah, he says, you rely on your hearing and your smell and all, but he says he believed that everyone has the same capability. We just don't tap into it.
Well, I don't think ours is as in tune and reliable. I would trust a deaf person's ear much more than a
deaf
person's
person's ear.
I mean, a blind person.
I'm going, damn.
A blind person's ear. I'm sorry.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, a blind person's ear.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know what I meant.
yeah. I
That
don't know
was
with
fucked
you.
up.
You never know.
You never know.
Well, going back to, for example, Ray Charles, as we now know, wasn't born blind. So I remember people who worked with him who told me, he always walked well and everything else. He has, good composure and everything else. Well, he wasn't born blind.
Mm-hmm.
He did have sight. And unfortunately, when he went blind, I think certain people to realize that going in that direction, unfortunately, and you're losing your sight, as we heard before about the other senses maybe become stronger. And I agree with that. I think they do become stronger because you lose one and I think the other ones start to enhance. But the walking thing, I remember those people you ever see him, meaning Ray Charles, will walk with a group of people and start running and they have him locked arms, start running to somewhere. Well, that's how he wanted to get from one place to another. He wanted to run.
Right.
And so people that I knew was or dads that worked with them, was like, man, for somebody who's blind, man, I mean, he can go. And I'm like, okay, well, just gonna run to a damn wall.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, probably from his experience of, when he could see, he probably ran. When did he become blind? At what age,
I want to say between 8 and 10.
Okay, so as a young person, I'm sure he ran.
Yeah, in the movie, it shows when he goes blind.
Yeah.
It starts showing, yeah.
Right. So, he had that experience of running with sight, and that's something that I'm sure he missed and wanted to do, and knew how to do it. It's just, like you said, you don't want to run into a fence or wall or a bucket or some shit. Make you have a bad day.
And
5 years old. It said he started to lose his sight at the age of 5.
Losing,
and was completely blind by the age of 7 as a result of glaucoma.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad, it's tragic because, when we saw the story about his younger brother, which unfortunately went into this was the washing pail and drowned. And a lot of people were saying that people draw upon their experiences for their muse. In this situation of him being a musician, it's similar to Johnny Cash's situation. Johnny Cash's brother also died at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
He always said in various interviews, going back to that's where he, and other realms of a person's mind, go through for some sort of inspiration for their music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's all, based on life experiences when you pen a song and, you write from what you've experienced, what you know, what you feel.
That's right.
What your fears, your joys. So the great songwriters, that's what they draw from and what's around them, I remember one time I was listening to an interview and it was with Quincy Jones. And he was saying, sometimes when I'm walking down the street or sitting in a hotel room and I hear a construction site, banging and making noise, and I hear a rhythm, and then I take those rhythms and those sounds and I translate them to musical instruments and come up with these, creative things. And I went, wow, that makes sense. And then I became more keen to the sounds around me. And I was walking down the street one day in New York, and there was a guy doing some construction work on the street, and he had a jackhammer. It was going, and then there was a guy up on a skyscraper banging up there, going, pow, 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 pow. And it was a rhythm. It was like they were doing it intentionally, but they weren't. And then the cars, stopping and the horn blowing, and it was like music. Next time you're outside like that, listen to what you hear. And a bird chirping here, and it's a siren, and it's like music being composed.
Well, that's funny you say that, because
unintentionally.
if you go back and watch the movie Tap with Gregory Hines, there's a scene that talks about that. They go to the construction site, and there's the jackhammer and all the machinery and everything else, and he gets the rhythm of tap dancing from the street rhythms itself.
Right. Exactly. So it's you get inspiration and ideas from stuff that you experience in life, and based on and people who invent stuff. Usually, most inventions are made based on a need or a want. You know, think about the old hand water pump. Well, people needed to draw water out of the ground before the pump was a well.
Yeah, with a bucket.
Yeah, you drop a bucket down in the well and you're on a rope, and you fill it up and you pull it up, and you got a bucket of water.
2 tears in a bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the pump, I'm sure, came out of, say, it's got to be a better way of doing this. You know, I don't want to go down there to the well every day and have to bring back these heavy buckets, and those buckets back in those days were made out of wood. So they had a little weight to them from the jump. And then they got the, what's that, not cast iron, but it's a type of metal coating. What is that called? Why am I drawing a blank on that? But the old tin tubs, galvanized. The old galvanized
steel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And then they, you know, as time goes by, new products came about and replaced the old wooden bucket. George, you don't know about that, right?
Nah. That was before my time.
Yeah, right. You
We had running
boy.
water, and we didn't have no outhouse, no corn cobs, none of that.
No, I didn't grow up in that area either. My grandmother and mom and all of them told me about it, but that, you know.
I did have an aunt that had a well and up in the mountains, and she had one of these old ladles. You would dip down in the bucket and drink out of the ladle. Yeah, you get a ladle full of water.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I thought that was cool. I don't know why.
Exactly. But, you know, well water always had that foreign, funky egg smell to it. You ever experienced that?
The egg.
Yeah, it smelled like rotten eggs. Well water.
Who did?
Well water.
No, I didn't notice that.
Yeah. I mean,
He must have been next to a
it's a shithole.
refinery or something.
Right next to the septic tank.
Right next. Yeah, that could do it now. Yeah. You was drinking out of the wrong tank, didn't even know it.
Yeah,
you was
right.
drinking out of the septic tank.
Yep. Yeah, I'm talking about right there in Illinois, in Crete, Illinois. My wife's parents had a house and they had a well, and that water did have that smell to it.
Did they have that hot water bottle that hung up in the shower with the little douche thing?
I didn't see that in that particular house, but I know what you're talking about.
You probably was drinking out of that too.
No, I
more
did
than
not.
likely.
No, I was not boo-boo the fool.
Drinking out of the hot water bottle.
No.
Douche bag.
Yeah,
Douchebag cocktails.
Those bags were dual purpose back in the day, from what I understand.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Your grandma used to lay her pantyhose on the return from the heater, the registry.
Yeah.
Lay their drawers on there and let them dry.
Yeah, you country.
And my grandmama used to take my old drawers and Fruit of the Looms, and when they get holes in them, she clean them and dust the house with them. She used them as dust cloths.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, that's what we did
T-shirts.
too. Yeah, my dad had those. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, did your grandparents ever mend your socks when you get a hole in
darn
the
them. You darn your
'em.
socks.
Yeah.
You darn it. Yep. Get
I'll
a
be
light
darned.
bulb, put it up in there, and darn that sock. Yeah, well, that's depression shit right there.
Yeah, made it work.
It sure did.
You know, recycle that stuff, and you get the hand-me-down clothes from your older brother or sister and what have you. Mm-hmm. I didn't have to deal with that because I had 2 sisters, so they didn't hand down my sister's clothes to me, and all my shit was new.
Mm-hmm. It was funny, dude. You try to get over on your parents. My dad was he was staunch when it came to keeping the house clean because that's where he came from, his family, all his brothers and sisters. So with us and me and my sister, mostly me, you know, cleaning the house like all day. So you're moving furniture all of the goddamn day, and then we ran out of Windex and paper towels. I said, "Cool, I know why." Hey, Dad, I can't do the mirrors because we're out of the Windex. Damn, Dad, come here, boy. So like, come here, boy.
To the store.
No, he didn't. No, get some paper, get some newspaper,
right,
and some vinegar and water.
That's right.
And clean these windows yourself. I'm like,
that's right.
Damn, yeah. So
and
that was
really,
always the backup plan.
That works as well, if not better, than Windex.
That's
right.
Sure
vinegar and water. Yep.
Yep. Take those
clean your windows and your wife's vagina.
Damn.
It did. That's what women douched with, vinegar and water.
Yep. It was
I ain't lying. Why y'all get all, oh, man,
No,
hell. You know
I
it's
didn't
true.
say no. I just
No.
didn't want to think about it. That's
Yeah,
all. But
right.
You're right. I just want to think about that bullshit. That's all.
Hey, baby, we out of Windex. Come in here and piss on the window for me. Real quick.
No, that I don't think happened. But you know that the natural things that you had to work with, baking soda, for
That's right.
brushing your teeth.
Oh, yeah. Brush your teeth. Yeah, that's right.
I still
Get rid
do
of
that from time to
heartburn.
time.
I drink baking soda from time to time.
Really?
Get
Why?
Heartburn.
Oh,
if you got heartburn or upset stomach or indigestion,
Yeah, I use
a little baking soda water, just drink it right down.
I use vinegar for that.
Vinegar?
Sometimes,
Yeah,
yeah.
red and some honey and vinegar.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
Those
baking
natural
soda
things
water.
do still work.
Because I remember my grandmother, if you had an upset stomach, I didn't take it, but she always had buttermilk. So if your stomach got upset, you drink the buttermilk to coat your stomach and you felt better. I couldn't rock with the buttermilk. I
Now
mean, you
what-
make pancakes out of it, but I couldn't do that.
Yeah, right. What about what was that stuff? Castor oil?
Oh, castor
Castor
oil,
oil.
my God.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
help.
That was nasty. And what about there was a fish oil? I remember kind of a slender bottle with a man holding up a fish. What was that? Was that castor oil?
Yeah.
Was that?
Was it?
I don't remember.
I
If
don't
that
know. That's
was.
before my time.
Yeah.
We
right.
still had Mercurochrome when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And methylate. That was the one that burned.
Mercurochrome was the red with the little hard applicator. It was like
Right.
a little
Little
lightsaber.
Rod. Yeah, a little rod, glass rod.
And my grandparents had stuff that was like, I thought associated with Satan. They had like 3 6s, cough syrup, and witch hazel and shit.
Yep. Witch hazel was good. That worked.
Oh, yeah.
You get a little scrape, put some witch hazel on it, and then they come back and throw some alcohol on top of that, man. It's just like you're running around the house like a
Ooh-wee.
chicken with his head cut off, burning like hell. But
Now,
that,
see,
you know,
fast forward,
kept
I
it
grew
clean.
up, well, if we got scars and stuff, my mom used to use Bactine.
Bactine, yeah.
Bactine, yeah. Spray that bad boy. I mean, you was in pain for the rest of your life.
You ever had any solar cane?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yep. That came along a little bit later, but yes,
What was it? Was it cod liver oil?
cod liver oil.
Cod
That's
liver
what
oil.
it was.
Okay,
That-
right.
Yep, with the man on the bottle. Yep, that's what it was. By the way, since we've been on the air, Apple has released an update to its latest cell phone and iPad operating system. Is now 11.0.1,
Yeah.
and I just updated that while we've been sitting here talking.
So you don't realize the NSA has now all your fingerprints,
Oh,
and
yeah.
soon 3D. Soon they'll have the NSA will have your 3D face too. 'Cause
That's
you have the
nice.
face recognition.
I'm gonna give him a face with my tongue going out at him.
I'm saying you have there's all Apple is doing is getting pictures of your face and your fingerprints.
That's fine. I ain't got nothing to hide. They can have it all,
They can have it,
and they can also have these.
but pretty soon they're gonna make you lay your nuts on your phone.
That's
to
what I
I was
just
going to
said.
say, these what?
These what? These nuts.
Yeah, I ain't falling for that. I created that shit.
No, you did. You don't
Hey,
own
that's the
nothing.
first time Lee Michaels. I can say this though. The first time I saw Lee Michaels fall out of his chair was when I got Carol with that.
With the
I'm like,
D's
hey,
nuts?
Carol, did Phil get at you today? Phil who? Phil these nuts. Lee came up out of the chair. He was in the floor. Headphones came off his head.
I was unglued.
Yes.
You got
And she's
me.
like, I think what got him most was she's like, I don't understand what he's saying.
That was
What
it,
is
yeah.
What does Phil have to do with Apollo's testicles? I don't. I mean, it
She
makes
was
no
real
sense to
gullible.
me. Who's
She didn't
Phil?
Who's Phil? Phil these nuts. That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was
She
good.
she told me today she wasn't going to come in. She had some other stuff to do, and she said, "But tell him don't mock me because I don't feel good and I don't want to hear all that." I said, "Oh, okay. I'll tell the other Carol to leave you alone today." So
All right.
yeah, so just okay. Be at peace.
I shan't. I shan't summon her, so it's not a problem.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm going into the stream here to see what's happening. Yeah, I apologize. We for some reason our stream to Facebook kept getting kicked out today. So what I ended up doing was I took the stream from YouTube and forwarded it over to Facebook, and that seems to be working. So Facebook is giving us some issues today. WHRO.
Yeah, it is Facebook, because my Facebook when I go to my news feed, it keeps showing me the same 8 stories over and over and over. And when I click most recent, the most recent thing it's got is 43 minutes ago. And I know out of 1,200 people, the last person to post something wasn't 43 minutes ago.
Yeah,
so,
right.
yeah.
Facebook's got issues.
Yep.
Yeah.
They are doing something that's all jacked up today.
Vladimir Putin is over there doing something.
Something. Yeah, they're having a
I
summit.
want a name like Putin. It's not like you farting. Putin.
Putin.
He Putin over there.
Yeah, he's Putin.
He keep Putin all over everything.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that Putin?
Yeah, I told you that skit they did on SNL a while back, and all of a sudden there's a guy portraying Putin, and he's like, I don't have any compadres and people that work with me here. So I walked into the office, Pootie!
Pootie Poo!
Pootie Poo!
I never forget one time I got popped in a prostitution ring in Charlotte, and the officer was like, whenever they caught me, well, you know what? And I got out of that because I fought it. Because I didn't. They thought I wasn't gonna fight it, but because I never told that lady I wanted to buy no pussy.
Oh, you fought it? I thought you said
I fought it in court because no. Listen,
farted.
You
no,
fought
I
it
fought
in court?
it. I fought the charges. I come out of it's back when Lil' Kim. Remember when Lil' Kim was in Blacktail magazine back in the 90s? She posed.
No,
But anyway,
I missed that one.
She was
I
in this
recall.
adult. She was in this adult publication,
And you
she
farted
posed
in court.
naked. Well, you shut the fuck up. Let me finish this story. So, Lil' Kim,
You
I come
should've
out
been
this.
locked up.
I come out this bookstore, and she fine as hell. I should have
She
known
is.
it was a setup.
She is.
No, I'm not talking about Lil' Kim. I'm talking about this lady.
No,
And she
okay.
goes, "Hey, baby, what you doing?" I'm like, "Shit, I'm leaving." I came in here to get this book with Lil' Kim in it, and they sold out. They'll have some back in. They said Thursday. And she said, "What you getting into?" I'm like, "Shit, what you getting into?" She's like, "I got a room next door." I said, "Okay." She's like, "You want to party?" I'm like, "It depends on what you mean by party. I mean, you want to go hang out? And I mean, what's going on?" And she's like, "Shit, I'm trying to party." And I'm like, "Okay, well, let's go." And I never, ever, she said, "You got some money?" I'm like, "I got some money. Let's go." But I never said, I'm going to pay you, because I know.
Mm-hmm.
So, but when she opened that door and I went in, I looked in the bathroom, because I'm always checking my surroundings. I look in the bathroom and I see the reflection of a policeman's badge. He's standing in the shower.
Oh,
And I knew then it was a sting.
Yeah.
So I tried to back out, and they came up out of the closet. I'm like, "Look, man, I ain't," and then they're like, "Well, you can just tell it to the judge." I'm like, "Motherfucker, I didn't tell this bitch I'm buying no pussy. Y'all, this is some bullshit what y'all doing."
Yeah.
And so they went ahead and the officer tells me, he said, I said, "Listen, man, I know prostitution is illegal. I've been watching Cops for 30 years. I never agree to pay for sex, ever." And so he's sitting there saying, "Well, look, man, I can tell that you're a businessman." I was dressed nice. He's like, "You're not, one of these people that the magistrate's probably just going to let you sign yourself out. I can tell you don't frequent the." I said, "I was over there trying to buy a magazine. I'm in radio. I'm trying to get these little Kim pictures so I can," this before the internet was big. This was in 97. There wasn't no internet out.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, I can tell you don't belong. And but they were booking us in a separate room down the hall.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, "Yeah, man, I really, I'm playing Eddie Haskell." And they also had undercover, so the lady was an undercover cop, but they also had cops running this strip picking up hookers. And I'm sitting in this room, and there's one other girl, I don't know her, and then they come in with these other hookers they done arrested, and the door opens, and the girl goes, "Apollo, what's up, baby?" I'm like, "Oh, shut the fuck up. Shut.
I don't know
Shut up,
you.
shut up. I don't know that bitch. Shut up. Quit telling the duck, damn it." I was like, "You done fucked me up now." Shit, they was going to let me out.
You lied to your way out, and they turn around and
Then they opened the door.
you.
"Paulo, hey, baby, what the hell they get you for?" I'm like, "Man, shut your fucking face." And then the cop's like, "How you know her?" I'm like, "I'm on the radio. That bitch knows me. Everybody knows me. I'm a Apollo, motherfucker. I'm the only white boy on the black station. Hell."
I'm that guy.
Yeah.
So you got out of that one, huh?
No. I had a $100 fucking bond.
So $10.
But I fought it. But I went back. See, I was working in Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
By the time the court case came, I was doing mornings in Louisiana. And I drove back for court, and the judge is like, "You mean you drove back up here for a misdemeanor soliciting charge?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" I mean, dude, I didn't do that shit. I'm like, I don't want to have a bench warrant. And he was like, "So you're gonna fight it?" I'm like, "I plead not guilty." Most men, because it's embarrassing, they just plead guilty and pay the fee and don't come to court because they don't want to be called out in front of people.
Right.
I'm like, "Look, man, I did not offer that woman no money for sex. She said she wanted to party. I'm 27. I was single. I'm like, hell yeah, let's get it on. I know how to not.
So did they have it on tape
myself.
or not?
No, it wasn't no tape. It was just her word against mine.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't even wired. But I wish they had it on tape because then it would have really been in my favor.
Right.
Yeah. And he was like, all right, well, we're just gonna dismiss the charges.
Good
like,
for you.
Thank you.
You got lucky there.
I didn't get lucky because I didn't offer to buy pussy. I do not offer to buy pussy. I've never offered women money for sex.
Well, that's a good thing. You got off.
I did. I didn't get off like I wanted to, but I got off them charges.
That's the main thing.
Gentlemen, let me give you a strong piece of information. When you order an escort or any woman that comes to you listen.
That is meaningless to me. I would never do that.
Not you. I'm talking about people that might be listening right now.
Okay.
When they show up or you show up to their facility or hotel room or they show up to your location, you tell, as you're handing them the money, you say, now listen, I'm only paying you for your time for the next hour because prostitution is illegal in this state and it would be illegal for me to offer you this money for anything other than your time. I just need somebody to talk to and hang out with for an hour. So I'm only paying you for 1 hour of your time. Nothing sexual, nothing illegal in this state, okay? Thank you. Here's your money. Then you don't say anything else, and you pull your dick out, and they go from there.
That's stupid.
It's the truth.
And you say that will fly in court?
Yes, because you can. If you say, hey,
disclaimer.
You have to say, I'm not paying you for sex or anything illegal. I'm only paying for your time, which is not illegal.
Just an escort service. Or just are you buying? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to test that one.
Listen, you know these guys get caught, they be like, what do you want to do? They say, I want some pussy. I want some head and some pussy. Okay, $100. Then, bam, you're done. What do you want to do? I don't want to do anything but sit here with you because everything else is illegal. As a matter of fact, I almost got caught one time.
Almost.
And I want to say, I was in I want to say Atlanta or Detroit. I'm trying to think where I was. I was working records and I was traveling, and I had called an escort, and she gave me the location and the room number. I think it was in Atlanta. And I walked in. She was fine. And so I do the thing. I'm like, hey, I'm only paying you for your time. Prostitution is illegal in the state of Georgia. So this is not, I can't pay for anything more than your time. I'm stressed. I'm on the road. I don't know anybody. I just want to hang out. And she's like, but what do you want to do? I'm like, I don't want to do anything. I'm giving you this money because I was starting to get leery because she kept asking me these questions. And she's like, but what do you want to do for the hour? I just want to hang out in the room with you. I just need some female companionship. You know, I've had a rough day. I got problems at home. I just want somebody to talk to. She's like, but do you want to have sex? I'm like, I'm not paying you for that. And then I knew some shit was wrong. And finally she busted out laughing. She's like, here, man, take your fucking money and go. Get the fuck out of here. Go, hurry, go. We got somebody else coming. I'm like, what? She's like, just get the fuck out of here. I'm like, you a cop? She's like, just fucking go, leave. It was a sting. Yeah. But I wouldn't go for it. And they're like, just fucking go, you
just
motherfucker.
Get out of here, man. You messing up my vibe.
Yeah, she's like, fuck, go.
She couldn't.
And I knew it was because they had a door going into the room next door, so I knew the way she was guiding the conversation. I'm like, yeah, this is a sting. I'm gonna make them work for this shit.
Right.
And finally, she just busted out laughing, like, "Will you fucking go? Just get the fuck out of here. I can't fuck with you.
You're wasting my time."
Yeah, this motherfucker will not say the money word. He will not say it.
No. Well, it was good for you. You were smart.
Yeah.
But see, you only knew that because of your experience.
No, and I watch TV. They say as soon as you say yes, that they have a code word. As soon as you say yes, then she has a code word, and
yep, they come in on you.
So, that's true.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I listen. I would never do any of that because I guess I'm too chicken shit. I mean, it's you know what I mean. Not that important.
Well, I don't do it like I used to. I'm telling you.
But you still do it.
No, I don't. I go to massage parlor. I go to massage parlor.
Yeah.
I will go to a massage parlor.
And what's the difference?
That's it. Well, there you get a bath and a rub down and a sauna and a happy ending. It's a great experience. I would welcome anybody. If it were legal in this country, you'd be there every day. You'd be like, I got to do 2 Ubers, and then I'm going to go get them to rub on my tuber. I mean, you would.
No, I wouldn't.
It would, you would, you lying dog.
See, I'm afraid of the diseases and shit that you
You
might
can't get a
with.
disease from a hand job and a rub down.
Well, I don't know. I ain't gonna test that.
Put on one of them gloves you wash dishes with. Do it.
Yeah, some Playtex gloves.
Some Playtex.
No. Pasadena. I'm out. Nope.
Oh, I love that.
No.
I love how Lee's such a good boy when he knows
when
the
it
people
comes
are
out
listening.
Listen, you don't get to be 67 years old being a dumbass.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I know some dumbass 70-year-olds now. Shit.
Well,
they're sitting up under the wine tree right now talking shit.
They're all broken up and jacked up and scarred up, and no, I ain't trying to go out.
Look, you got one in the White House, motherfucking shit.
Yeah, well, hey, you're right. You're right. You know, I ain't gonna argue with you on that. But he's privileged. See, you can get away with that shit. He can get away with it, but I can't. I ain't gonna try it. Call me chicken shit if you want.
Yeah, you done put race in the shit.
Damn right. I'm keeping it real. Like Reverend Al Sharpton. Keeping it real.
Reverend Al Sharpton, right.
Keeps it real.
I'm keeping it real.
I tell you what, keeping it real, do it gets you. What they keep them hip hop artists? Who was it? The one they be keeping it real. Now his ass in the hospital and the other one in jail. What's his name?
Oh, I don't know.
You saw that shit in L.A. It just happened yesterday.
I don't pay no attention to these guys.
Chris, you know what I'm talking about, don't you?
I can't think of their names.
Yo Gotti, Young Dolph. Yo Gotti shot.
Okay.
Yo Gotti shot Young Dolph yesterday in L.A.
Where do they get these names from, man? What is that?
I know.
Come
I
on.
feel you.
They're tripping.
It's your boy Yo Gotti.
Oi.
Don't believe the hype,
man.
folks. You know, that shit ain't funny. It's not smart. It's, it's just, ain't nothing good about it.
Man, you mentioned about those massages. I remember when I was back at LS, I used to work overnights, and when I wasn't on the air, I ran the control board. And so there was a guy who used to come by, clean up the studio and stuff like that around 2 a.m. And he was missing for a couple of weeks. And then there was an investigator that had come by and said, "Excuse me, Mr. Bass, I went to investigation, and there's a guy that comes by here. Have you seen him?" And I was like, "Oh, no, just well, I haven't seen him lately. I heard he has a cold." "Oh, okay, jotting down notes and everything else." You sure? "Yeah, that's what I'm sure." So the guy who never spoke to me came back after 2 weeks, came back to me in the studio. "Excuse me, Mr. Bass, I want to talk to you for a second." He was Korean. So he sits down in the studio. He's like, "Look, I want to thank you for what you said to the investigator." I said, "No, it's not a problem. I almost lost my job, and I want to thank you. So I was wondering, would you come to the Korean house with me?" "What the hell is the Korean?"
Uh-oh. I lost the connection there. Stand by. Okay, you're back. For some reason, we lost the connection. It was like a reboot of the app.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Okay, go ahead. So he
I was saying,
invited you to go to the Korean house.
Right, to the Korean house. So he's telling me, you get yourself a fuck and a lick, and whatever you want to do to women, it'll be fine. I'm like, wait, slow down. So like you say, slow down, Jim Shoe, what are you talking about?
Right.
So he told me.
Boom, boom, or yum, yum.
Exactly. He told me that him and 12 other guys fund this house with all this prostitution, and they take care of the building and the maintenance, everything else, and they take half what the prostitutes make. So I was like,
pimping.
"Oh, okay, right, exactly, right." So it was like all these 12 Korean guys total. So he said because of what I did to save his job, it was only selected members only. So he would come in front for me, and then I could just have carte blanche. You could get
carte blanche.
Yeah, man. And I was. He told me, "I'll give you 2 weeks to decide."
2-week
And
membership.
I was this close to saying yes. But see, knowing my luck, that shit would have went downhill. But
Yeah.
I told him, I said, look, brother, I'm sorry, I can't. I like it. It sounds great. The lick sounds fantastic, but I can't roll with it. I'm sorry.
Because he could have been an FBI agent setting your ass up too.
Well, down the road he wasn't, because he got fired from ABC because what he would do was the other employees there, especially on Friday, payday Friday, he would serve them get a fee from them.
Right.
And he would cover all their shifts.
Wow.
And that's how he got busted. It was like $50 a pop, man. It's like 5 people take off work for Friday night. That's a good piece of change.
Yeah.
It went from 50 to 100. Somebody told me. So yeah, he was fleecing them, but it was free will because they wanted to go to a party the night before. They cashed their check, give them like $100. You do all their shifts.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you
I
just
just
never
popped his
know
ass.
what's really going down in around you, even in a professional broadcast facility.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
You know. I never experienced anything like that. That's
I worked with some PDs that had sex with just about every woman that worked for them.
wow.
Yeah.
That's a dangerous thing.
Yes, it
You
is.
can read about it in the Paul Porter Blackout, how Lee Michaels fucked his way to the top.
Yeah, right.
Uh-oh.
And here you go. All right, guys, thanks for dropping in and bringing your insanity in here and bullshit. And we'll be back tomorrow, 10 a.m. right here on thepowerofvoices.com. Facebook and YouTube, maybe.
For professional, too.
So have a good day. Be safe, be kind to someone, and don't believe the Trump, okay? Give it up. Don't believe it. It's all hype and it's negative. All right, guys, y'all be good, okay? Don't get in no trouble.
Allegedly.
And
Allegedly.
Apollo, if you get arrested
Love you
for
more.
doing some stupid shit, you're going to do some time. I'm not bailing you out, okay? I'm telling you that.
Did you hear how Lee segued from all this bullshit? Thank you for joining us today.
Fade him right out.